Telecaster, would you be here in the fall?
Well, hey everyone, it's Natalie. So glad you stopped by my channel to hang out with me today. Welcome to a day in my life. Typically for these videos, I'm picking up the camera on a day where I've got great energy, good motivation. I've got a to-do list that I'm just ready to tackle, but I'm always trying to keep it real. And if I'm keeping it real today, the honest truth is that I am not feeling great. I didn't sleep great last night. I woke up to it suddenly being that lovely time of the month, and I've been sitting here on the couch for a couple of hours, feeling crampy, scrolling mindlessly through social media, which definitely doesn't make me feel better. I need to just put the phone away. I need to unplug and get up off my butt. I have 3 things that I try to do on a day where I'm in a funk that helps me dig myself out of that hole. The first thing I try to do is eat something. I need to fuel my body. It helps me fire on all cylinders. It helps me feel better about the world in general, and I can't pour from an empty cup, especially when I have 3 rambunctious kiddos to take care of. The next thing that I try to do is tidy something. This does not have to be a deep clean of the house. I just need to make my bed or get a load of laundry started. Getting at least one thing done really helps me feel better about my space. And then the third thing that I try to do is learn something. Just like I'm fueling my body with food, I also want to fuel my brain and give myself some stimulation that's really positive. That might be reading a book, that might be watching a documentary or listening to a podcast, but lately for me, it's been learning a foreign language with the Babbel app. And I would like to thank Babbel so much for sponsoring this little portion of today's video. I'm gonna take 1 minute to share with you about Babbel and how much I've been loving learning Spanish with them. And then I'm getting off my butt and getting something to eat. So I've wanted to learn Spanish for years now. We actually live in a community with a lot of Spanish-speaking people. I want to not just be able to communicate with them, but to also set an example for my kids that we're always learning and growing as students. I love Babbel's language learning app because it teaches me practical conversations that I would truly encounter in the real world. Not just the basic vocabulary, but I'm also learning about the Spanish culture, peoples, history, and more. Babbel's award-winning technology, which uses real language teachers, by the way, not just some machine learning algorithms or AI. It's scientifically proven to get you speaking in just 3 weeks. I personally am about 10 days into my journey with the app, and I'm already blown away by what I've learned and retained. Aprendo español. The best part is that lessons take 10 minutes or less and are super engaging and interactive. If you'd like to learn another language in as little as 3 weeks, then check out Babbel by using the link in my description box. That gives you 65% off. Thanks so much to Babbel for sponsoring that little portion of today's video. I'm now gonna get on to feeding myself because I am hungry. It's closer to lunchtime than it is to breakfast time, but I'm gonna have some breakfast food. My go-to lately has been sourdough English muffins. I'm gonna pop them in the toaster oven, and then I scramble up some fake eggs. I'm allergic to eggs. I miss scrambled eggs so much, but I have this fake, like a vegan egg option that I've been scrambling up with some yummy spices, a little bit of hot sauce on there, some butter on the bun, and I kind of make myself a little breakfast sandwich, which sounds really, I'm feeling better already. It sounds good to eat something. Let's do that.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Breakfast sandwich, some skyr yogurt, which I love. This has great protein content, which is so good. And then some grapes. Liam over here is relining our garbage. Liam is on garbage duty. That's what he does every morning. And Judah, what is your duty besides taking the plastic bag out of your mouth?
My duty is vacuuming.
Vacuuming. And then they alternate each week. So this week Judah's vacuuming, but next week he's gonna be doing the garbage. And now Liam's headed up to take the compost. We have a little compost container on our counter that we put daily scraps in, and then with garbage duty, he takes it to our little tumble composter out there every day. For those of you in the thick of it with babies and toddlers, I've shared this encouragement before, because I'm just like getting out of that fog now with my kids. It does get easier. So let that be an encouragement to you. I actually have kids old enough to take out garbages and to vacuum my kitchen floor. It's awesome.
Solo un rayo del sol cambia el tiempo en el reloj. Hoy mis deudas reciben perdón. Pago por el show.
Yay! I just completed the first course. I get to start the second course tomorrow or tonight. That will be fun. But I have 2 grapes left. That reminds me of Charlie Brown. What did she say? 3 round grapes. We have had such rainy, bad weather here. We have had such a long winter and like this extended cold springtime. It's been such a challenge, but it's also worked to our advantage with how long it took us to get our garden plans in order, because had we started our garden even a couple of weeks earlier than we did, it probably would all be failing right now, because we have had absolute gully washers of rainstorms, cold temperatures down in the 30s. I was talking to my mom about this because she's my gardening buddy now. And typically like tomato plants would be in the ground by now. No way. It is still way too cold, but I am so thankful for this sunlight. Right now the garden is calling to me. I have a project that I want to work on out there, but I know I do not want to come in to a messy house, and cleaning up, doing some tidying really, really helps me just pick myself up. So that's the last thing I have to do of my little 3-step process to get myself out of a funk, which sounds very salesy, but it's not. It truly helps me so much. So my brain's fed, my body is fed. I'm going to tidy up the kitchen. I think that's my one spot that I'm gonna start with is the kitchen here. There's always laundry to do, so I'll probably do some of that later today. In fact, before I do the kitchen, I think I'm just gonna start a load and get that going. That's always an easy thing to do first. No, you're supposed to put the powder in before you put the clothing in, but I actually haven't noticed a difference when I clean my clothes. So there, that started. Let's go clean the kitchen. No matter what sort of day you're having, if you're in a funk like I am, which, man, I'm feeling the cramps today, I gotta be honest. Or maybe you're having a great day and you're on top of things in your house, whatever your day is like. I hope that you'll take this cue and get up and start cleaning with me. Maybe pop some headphones in and listen to the rest of this video like a podcast. I always try to have my audio levels to where you're not getting your ears blasted out by the music starting, because I know that that affects me when I'm listening to videos or podcasts or whatever. I always try to play easy to listen to, fun music. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get up and get something done.
If you're heading for the coast, hearing voices up ahead you, who am I to let you go? You're a wrecking ball. Can you kiss me slowly? We can turn the headlights off. All our friends and all their voices falling silent.
Okay, all clean and ready to mess up again.
And do you remember the fog was lifting?
There's flowers amber.
Yeah, it's flowers and birds. Isn't that pretty? Look at this teacup or teapot, I mean, that I found literally for free on the side of the road. I was driving home one day and a house down the street had just a bunch of stuff out in front for free. I also found these couple of amber glass pieces. How beautiful. There's the smaller one. How beautiful are those? Those still need to be washed up, but I just washed up this teapot because I'm gonna make us some tea. I'm gonna sit down at the table with the kids. Typically we homeschool 4 out of the 5 days of the week. And I don't think we'll be doing any bookwork today, just with how I'm feeling, and I know where my patience levels are today. I have to be really honest with myself, so maybe we'll get a game out or something. We have bird bingo and Ocean Bingo, which are really fun, educational, good to get their little brains working. But man, my cramps will just not let up. I am just not feeling well today. So I was gonna make myself some tea, try to help myself feel better, which by the way, tea drawer is doing really well. Weston has some of these little snack bars in here, but this whole system of doing loose tea in these little mason jars and then the tea bags in this little organizer, loving it. Let's see, what tea are we going to do today? That's my absolute favorite, Evening in Missoula. That's a really good one for relaxing.
What's that?
This one, Evening in Missoula. Then we have an Earl Grey. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, this is the cream Earl Grey. That's a really good one. I think this is Irish breakfast.
What's that?
Oh, that's my jasmine pearls.
Oh, I like that.
Aren't those pretty? Those smell so good. But those have higher caffeine, and I actually try to limit caffeine when I'm on my period. So let's do Evening in Missoula. As you can see, I probably need to refill this. Let's do this.
I love the Earl Grey.
This is so pretty. I've been looking for a special little teapot like this. I love it, and I love that I found it for free. I've been absolutely loving going secondhand shopping to put stuff in this new house. I've been finding such treasures lately, doing either thrift shopping, eBay shopping, and then like this random, like on the side of the road pile of free stuff. This is so cool. In fact, I actually filmed a thrift store haul a few weeks ago now that I wasn't filming that day, but I happened to go to the thrift store and I found some really great stuff. So I filmed that and I will insert it into this vlog for you guys because I don't want that footage to go to waste. I found some really fun stuff, and since we're on the topic of thrifted or free bargain finds, I'll share that with you while this tea brews and while I sit down with the kids for a little bit. Oh, you guys, I found some really good stuff at the thrift store today. I'm gonna do a little haul for you. Went in to find vases. I've struck out before looking for this specific thing, but today I hit the freaking jackpot. Let's go smallest to biggest. Look at how pretty this is. This definitely looks handmade. It's all imperfect. Oh yeah, there's a signature on the bottom. It was $3.99, but everything was 50% off today. That was like part of home decor. It's all drippy and beautiful. I love this. And something that's a little bit different of a style, but I think this one might be my favorite. I don't think this was originally a vase. I can envision a lid on this. I don't know. I just think it's beautiful. It's got this gilded edge. It's all crackled there, and there's little chips and stuff on it, and I just think it's so pretty. It sort of looks French country to me, which I have elements of that in this house, and I just love it so much. And this color is beautiful. It was $7.99, but again, half off of that. And then I found this one. It has this cute little lid on it, and I'm wondering like what this would be used for, like what its intended purpose is. But I'll probably just pop the lid off and use it as a pretty vase. I can envision white hydrangeas in this one. I love it, and these arms on it are very unique. And then I found this big vase here, which I thought was really cool looking. I think this is made of wood. Probably use this as a floor vase, like maybe in our entry, have something tall. I can see pampas grass or something coming out of this one. I think the pattern on it is really pretty. This was listed at $14.99. Oh, and this was donated in July. So a couple of these things, I guess, were hidden gems that no one else picked up. Or maybe it's just my style. I don't know. Do I have bad taste? There's the receipt. But another couple of decor pieces I picked up are these two little framed prints. Typically we see courier knives for like Christmas stuff, greeting cards, Christmas pictures and stuff like that. But this isn't Christmas time. This is maple sugaring. So they're making maple syrup there. And then this one is the roadside mill. How pretty is that? And I love these little frames. These have got to be old. Look at the back of them. They were $1.99 each. This isn't home decor, but it was cheap enough. $2.99 for this cute little homemade lap desk. It needs a nice little scrub down, but it's got this little cord handle. I can put my laptop on this. And then the underside is like this pillow. I found this basket there, which is a little bit warped. And I'm wondering if it's like a seconds sort of thing, because this originally came from Michael's. but I got it for $1.99 there. And it's, I believe, a door basket that you hang from your front door, and then you put a like a bouquet of flowers coming out of it, sort of in lieu of a door wreath. A couple more things. Always pick up little crocheted like trivets or hot pads and stuff like that. Thrift store is a great place to find that. Gonna pop that into the washing machine. And then Judah actually found this one for $1.99. This sweet little brass box. It's just very simple. I love the hinges on this. It's got a cute little detail there. The little with a little handle on the top. Very cute. We'll find a use for that. That's everything in the box, but the real treasure is what's underneath. Look at this little bench side table that I found. Get these vases off of it so that you guys can see. How adorable is this? I don't actually have a spot for this, and I did not go into the store looking for this. I went in looking for art or vases, but I could not pass this up. Look at this, $12.99, but it was half off because this is technically, well, it was furniture and decor. Furniture and home decor was all 50% off today. When I was carrying it, I realized that this little detail on the edge makes it super easy to like pick up and walk around, and I love the legs on it. They're nice and straight, but they have just a little bit of character down here on the bottom. This is like right up my alley. I am sure I can find a spot for this little bench. I think for right now, it's gonna go over here in this corner. We've just been throwing our boots on this upside down tote lid, and it would fit underneath this bench, and we'd have a spot to sit, to take our shoes off. It's probably not its permanent spot it will end up, but I couldn't pass it up. $6.50 for this. It's beautiful. I love it so much. I totally scored today at the thrift store. I love what I found. Would you like a spot of tea?
Yes.
I don't a donkey laid an egg.
What?
Yeah, but they kept the pod just kept sitting on it, and they just realized it was a watermelon.
What? We had a lovely tea time, game time, which turned into lunchtime. I have a mess in my kitchen again, but that's okay. Kids are fed. Something that helps improve my mood is getting outside, and I have a garden project that I'm gonna do, but Haley is right there with learning how to ride with no training wheels. She's been so determined to learn by herself. Like, she does not want any help. I think it stresses her out to get suggestions or even to have us like come up to her and like steady her. She's a very independent little girl. You want to show us how you do it, Haley? Do you want me to push you that way? Yeah, there you go. You're doing it. Put both feet on. Just go. Just go. Put both feet on. Go. Yes, keep going. Good job.
Don't push me now.
Okay.
I want to do it all by myself.
Okay.
Mom, does my towel have a memory?
There you go. Good job. You did it all by yourself. Good job, Haley. Yay. There she goes. Whoa, here she comes. It's amazing what a night's sleep will do for a kid learning a new skill. Last night she went to bed so discouraged that she couldn't quite do it, and this morning she got on the bike and just went. It's amazing.
Are you gonna plant your flowers?
Yeah, I'm gonna plant my flowers. You wanna help me?
No.
Okay. So like Judah just said, I'm going to plant my flowers. So over here at the garden, which if you guys haven't seen the video that went up last week, then I will have that linked in the description box. It's the full garden, building from scratch every step of the way, and then I give the garden tour, which if you saw that video last week, then you will have already seen the planter little barrels that I'm gonna do with our flowers in them, but I'm showing the planting of them in this video just as a little bonus. But we have a lot of these perennial flowers which I picked up from a local nursery that had them organic, because the flowers that I selected are all edible, and I wanted to make sure that we could truly eat them and they haven't been sprayed down and grown only for like ornamental purposes. So these are edible, organic, and I'm going to get them planted into some barrels here. Go ahead. The idea is to get the pollinators, the bees and other pollinators, attracted to these beautiful, colorful blooms so that they will also be attracted to the rest of what is in our garden, pollinate them, help them produce as much fruit as possible. And then also we have nasturtium here that I'm going to be planting in pots as well as into the ground, like at the back of the garden. And nasturtium specifically deters deer. Deer don't like the taste or the smell of it, so it kind of makes them stay away. We haven't, so far in the week that our garden has been planted, we have not had trouble with deer, and we've managed to keep the bunnies out. We've actually had really good luck with slugs already, but I'm not counting my chickens before they're hatched. People in our region, in our zip code, local gardeners have had horrible issues with slugs this year, so we're keeping our eyes out. I come out here to look for them, to pick them off the plants, and I haven't had any yet. I really don't know what's going on. There's probably people watching this going, oh, just you wait. I've got some beautiful blooms ready to be planted. I can't wait to see how they look in these barrels. And then I also have some of these hula berries, which is like a sort of pineapple flavored white strawberry, and we're going to plant those at the top of this strawberry planter container garden thing that I have over there. So let's plant the flowers first though. I think that's what we're going to start with.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore.
Oh, would you look at that? We already have bees visiting. So pretty. We've got that barrel, and then we have this barrel on the end with some lavender behind it. I still have to transplant the lavender, but it's there for now. I actually think I'm going to transplant it into this spot. So many pretty flowers that are edible, which is great. And then I also added these little hen and chicks succulents. These actually came from my great grandma and grandpa's house in Omaha, Nebraska. My grandma Judy's mom and dad, and she brought some of these over to where we live and planted them, and then gave some to my mom, and she planted them, and then she was able to get some to me. So it's very sweet. I also have some of those hen and chicks over here. I put some in the ground and they just multiply, and they're really, really hardy. And I have some excess flowers that I had a little bit extra of in this little planter next to the gate. And Judah actually did a really good job of planting those hula berries, the white pineapple flavored strawberries. All the new plants a good water, but didn't really have to water the garden today because we've had so much darn rain. It would probably be overwatering stuff, but man, it's looking so good. And I could just stay out here all day, but the kids have been begging me to play Minecraft with them. It's one of our favorite things to do. So we did some planting and some building out here. Now we're gonna do some planting and building in Minecraft. So we are building sort of a resort area. And we have a cafe, Frog Light Cafe.
It's called Wild Update.
Wild Update Cafe.
Can you see all the wild?
And I am building a dock. I'm the screen on the right, and I'm building like this dock area for all the boats to come in at our little cafe. This is so fun. Do your kids like Minecraft? Mine have for a solid year now. We started playing Minecraft this time last year, and we haven't looked back since. We love it so much. It's so fun. This is the first direct sunlight that the garden has gotten in, I want to say, a week. Look at that, beautiful. It hasn't been raining constantly, but it's been overcast constantly, if not raining. Look who's home. Oh, it even played a little jingle for you. Weston's home, but he's actually right back out the door again. It's youth group night. Weston serves in our church's youth ministry. You're with middle schoolers, right? Yeah. So the kids and I have a little tradition on youth group night when Weston leaves early. We have sort of like movie night, and we don't always do takeout, But last week we attempted to. I set an order and everything online for our favorite taquiera, and we got there and there was a sign on the door that said, "We're closed today, it's Mexican Mother's Day, see you next week." But I have another week of learning Spanish under my belt, and the last time I was in there and I was speaking with them a little bit, they were so gracious with me being very new to the language, and so maybe I'll know a few more things this time when I bring the kids in with me. I've been trying to teach them too as I've been learning Spanish, but I told the kids before we go tonight to go pick up the food, I need some help sorting the laundry. So that's what we're gonna do now, and I'll let Weston, what are you making, scrambled eggs?
Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs.
Oh, don't taunt me, I miss real eggs. Has anyone seen Haley? No? We can't find Haley? Maybe just a pile of moving laundry? Peekaboo! Oh my goodness. Get in my belly. I am so hungry. This time of the month, nothing tastes better than Mexican food. I don't know why. We have our tacos. I also have taquito. The kids have tacos and quesadillas, rice and beans, of course. And I am ready to call it a day. We're gonna spend some family time off the camera. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me while I got some stuff done and also didn't get stuff done, because it was just one of those days. And if you enjoy a channel that keeps it real, I'd love it so much if you would subscribe, turn that bell button on if you haven't done so already. Thanks again to Babbel for sponsoring a little portion of today's video, and thanks to you guys for being there to support me whenever I have sponsored content. It means the world to me. Thanks so much for spending a little part of your day here with me on my channel, and I'll catch you later. Can you guys say catch you later?
Catch you later. Adios.
Did you just say adios? Adios.
New story to tell, new sights, new scenes, new memories.